Next up on WTV, a look at the Texas State Legislature, this week's edition of Real Talk, and today's Sports Minute. WTV's Daily Update starts now. Good morning, Red Hawk Nation. Today is Friday, January 11th, and I'm Akbari with today's Daily Update brought to you by Wingspan TV. As the Texas State Legislature session gets underway, Frisco ISD is closely paying attention to several issues. WTV's Vivek Sundaraman has the details.
The 2019 Texas State Legislature session began Tuesday in Austin and lasts for a total of 140 days. Lawmakers from all over the state have gathered at the Capitol to decide on issues ranging from budget, education policy, and health care. Legislative priorities of Frisco ISD include funding for the school system, opposing property tax reforms that prevent funding, establishing an accountability system that looks beyond standardized testing, and promoting social and emotional health services for students. The session is expected to close on May 27th and will reopen in 2021. Reporting for Wingspan TV, I'm Vivek Sundaraman.
On this week's edition of Real Talk, WTV's SHREYA hits the halls to ask staff and students what they would like to see changed in the Texas State Legislature.
This is WTV's SHREYA with this week's edition of Real Talk, where I'm going to hit the halls to ask staff and students about Texas Legislature. How do you feel about Texas education?
I feel like Texas education is really good. I feel like it's really high up there in the ranks and stuff. I feel like a lot of teachers present students with good education and make them forward, and a lot of teachers' jobs are to educate them well enough to go on to college. I feel like Texas teachers do that very well.
I feel like it's good for the kids in the school because I actually moved here from North Carolina originally, so it's more thorough in the content. So I feel like I've learned more, and it definitely challenged me more when I moved here.
Well, I'm not a fan of Texas education. I feel like it could be a little better. I feel like it's a lot to take in, and it's causing a lot of stress on students. So I wouldn't say that Texas has the best education.
That's it for this week's edition of Real Talk. This has been SHREYA for Wingspan TV.
Many students struggle staying away from their phone, which is why some teachers have certain phone policies within their classrooms. WTV's Stone Weber takes a look at the different procedures.
Phones have become one of the most important things in a student's daily life. Students can get so wrapped up in their phones, they may sometimes lose track of when is the right and wrong time to use them.
The phone policy in my class is that during class time, the phones are always in their little buckets at their table. In test day, they have to go to the front of the room because that is a rule across the board for testing. But after they're done with their homework, they're allowed to take their phones out.
For freshman Marco Figueroa, the phone policy varies in different classes.
Well, in most classes, the teachers are a lot more laid back, so you can have your phone on you. But in some classes, they have those little caddies where you have to put your phone. And particularly, I don't really like that. Some other students don't like that, but I don't really mind it.
Social studies teacher Sarah Wiseman has her own idea when it comes to the phone policy.
In my class, I expect that students put their phones up at the beginning of class. That we have some organizers at each table where they can charge and have them put up, and that they leave them there. However, most of the time, students end up using phones in class because 4 of my 6 classes are too big for everyone to have a Chromebook.
Reporting for Wingspan TV, I'm Stone Weber.
WTV Sports brings you a look at what's happening in campus athletics.
Both basketball teams are in action tonight. The Lady Redhawks wrapped up the first round of district, and now they take on Heritage for the second time this year. The girls currently sit in second place in District 9-5A with a record of 9-1, trailing only Lone Star. Tonight's game against the Coyotes starts at 6 p.m. at Heritage. The boys also play the Coyotes. For the boys, this is their final game in the first round of District 9-5A play. Currently, there is a 3-way tie for second place between the Redhawks, Heritage, and Frisco. With a win tonight and a win for Frisco, who plays Lone Star, the Redhawks district champion hopes could still be alive. The game will begin at 7 at Heritage. While basketball is wrapping up the first round of district play, soccer begins district tonight.
I think the biggest goal that I have this year for the girls, and that the goal they've set for themselves, is to really work together as a team. And we've kind of worked more on the attack mindedness instead of kind of sitting back and kind of seeing what another team does and feeling them out. It's for us to kind of be the ones that have to make other teams figure it out. So to really increase the pressure and go with a little bit more speed and attack this year.
For the girls, they competed in one tournament before the start of district, coming out with 1 win and 2 losses. The team lost to Denton Guyer 5-0 in their first game, but was able to notch a goal in their second game to beat El Paso del Valle 1-0. But in their final game of the tournament, they fell to McKinney Boyd 2-1, respectively. Now the girls look to face off against Memorial tonight at the Star at 5:30 p.m. For the boys soccer team, they played a district matchup as well. They also competed in pre-district games, coming out 2-1, heading into district with some momentum. Their wins come against Denton, where they were able to win 6-1, as well as a win in a closer matchup, beating Amarillo Palo Duro 3-2. The team also plays the Warriors at the Ford Center at 7:15 following the girls' game. For Wingspan Sports, I'm Davis O'Brien.
If you are looking for more from Wingspan, you can follow us at Liberty Wingspan on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or visit our award-winning website, libertywingspan.com. WTV's Wade Glover has today's announcements.
All students will attend their homeroom class during advisory. Freshmen and seniors will participate in a guidance session. Sophomores and juniors will receive their PSAT scores. If you have any announcements for the WTV Daily Update, please send an email to libertywingspanstaff@gmail.com.
That's it for today's Daily Update. This is Melody Akbari for Wingspan TV.